Good morning and welcome to the Next Place 6-7. I'm your host, Darkel. I would like you to please like, share, and subscribe. It takes less than 3 seconds and is always free. To all my players out there, thank you for being with me on the next play. And playettes, can't forget you. I would like to start this by saying the quiz of yesterday, the question was, who has the most saves in Major League Baseball history? And of course, it's going to be the Mariano Rivera of the New York Yankees. They called him, he had a nickname, Jay-Z gave him the nickname Mariano from the Marriott. So you know he's a bad boy if he had a nickname like that. Anyway, he had 600 and, I thought I wrote it down. But he led by far the most saves in Major League Baseball history. I didn't even know it was him all that time. I should have known, though I didn't know. So the quiz for today would be, what catcher won the most World Series being of Latin descent? Again, what Major League Baseball catcher of Latin descent won the most World Series in World Series history? That's today's quiz. I would like to start my quotes by saying, life has got all those twists and turns. You've got to hold on tight and off you go. I'm going to say that again. I might have screwed that up. Life has got all those twists and turns. You've got to hold on tight and off you go. That's by Nicole Kidman. That's a quote by Nicole. Thank you, Nicole. Okay, the word today would be existential. Means relating to human existence, connected to the philosophy of existentialism, or describing a threat to actual survival. It comes from the root word exist. Ain't that something? All that from exist. It's crazy. Anyway, I would like to start the day off by talking about the WNBA scores. The Valkyries defeated the Tempo 96-79. Veronica Burton had 17 points. Kia Stokes had 8 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist. For the Tempo, Naira Sabali had 19, 8, and 1. 1981 for those who don't understand that terminology. 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 1 assist. Rebounds would always be second in stats as far as how they give it to you for the WNBA. I don't know how the NBA might be the same. I'm not sure. I didn't try and look at that. I didn't compare that. The Wings defeated the Suns 83-63. Excuse me. Arika, I don't know if I say her first, or Irik Agumbumwali had 15 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Jessica Shepard had 15, 9, and 2. The Sun, Diamond Miller had 22 points for the Suns in the losing effort. The Sparks defeated the Fire 106-101. Dearikia Hamby had 22 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and Nneka Abumwali, man, these names are crazy, and they spell different than what they say, but they have to be pronounced like this. But there's no boo, it's a G in her name. It's not, it's crazy. I don't understand it. But Nneka Abumwali, she's well known, she's nice. Her name always pop up in the stats. Had 22 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists for the Sparks. For the Fire, Carla Light led the way with 21 points and 8 assists, and B. Carrollton had 24 points. She led the way with the points, B. Carrollton, 24-11 rebounds and 1 assist. The Lynx defeated the Fever 108-100. Olivia Miles, the great rookie, she's going to be Rookie of the Year if you ask me. Them numbers are crazy. 28 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists. So really, right there, she's responsible for 42 points, maybe 44 points of her team's 108 by herself. That's a rookie, mind you. So that's Rookie of the Year for sure. Courtney Williams, her teammate, had 27, 4, and 5. which is 27 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists when I say that. So you'll know points is first, rebounds as far as women, how they do it for them, and then assists is last. Okay? And for a losing call, Kelsey Mitchell got to be the Bernard King of women basketball because she puts up numbers. She reminds me of Asia Wilson. She can score, man. She's just a pure bucket getter. Kelsey Mitchell, that's her name. She had 37 points, and Caitlin Clark had 19, 1, and 10 in a losing cause. That's crazy. Wow. So the final there was Lynx 108, Fever 100. In Major League Baseball, Atlanta defeated the Nationals 4-2. Philadelphia 8, Baltimore 0. St. Louis 5, the Blue Jays 1. Cincinnati 10, Pittsburgh 2. Chicago White Sox 9, Tampa Bay 1. Miami 2, Mets. They blanked the Mets 2-0. You want some coffee to go with that donut? The Cleveland blanked Arizona. You want some coffee to go with that donut? They had a donut. Houston, the Battle of Texas, defeated Texas 7-3. New York Yankees bested the Cubs 2-1. Colorado 8, Kansas City 1. Los Angeles Angels 3, Milwaukee had a donut. Would you like a coffee to go with it? Detroit 11, Oakland. There's a lot of donuts. Oakland had a donut. Thought it was a donut and tried to glaze me. Okay, so Seattle 7, Minnesota 6, San Diego 5, San Francisco 4, Boston 8, Los Angeles Dodgers 4. Okay, I want to speak about something because, you know, we got a hero in New York now. I don't know if you guys notice or not, but Jalen Brunson is the hero of New York City right now. He can walk around and get anything he wants. I don't even think he has to pay for anything. If he does, it's got to be unconscionable. I think it's a real travesty if he does. Well, Jalen Brunson was raised in New Jersey by his parents, Sandra and Rick Brunson. His father is a former NBA player for the New York Knicks, but he had a lot of two-way contracts, which means he wasn't really being paid like the top players, so Jalen didn't come from money. You know, they making it middle-classly, but they was, and a lot of times the story is amazing because they stayed together, man. Jalen and Sandra co-founded the Second Round Foundation to support youth through education, sports, and community programs. No one is bigger fan of Jalen Brunson than his parents, Sandra and Rick Brunson. The couple welcomed their son on August 31st, 1996 in New Jersey, 2 years before Rick joined the New York Knicks as a point guard. Both of his parents played college sports at Temple University, where they met. Brunson was taught the importance of discipline and dedication from a young age. Since he was a kid, his parents emphasized the quote, "The magic is in the work." The magic is in the work. That was the word that they instilled in, that was the mantra, okay, which became his mantra. They had it on a wall on my mirror when I woke up, Brunson told ESPN in April 2028 of the words his parents instilled him as a young athlete. They had it in my lunch bag for school. They just made sure that I saw that quote. Brunson and the Knicks played in the team's first conference finals since 2000, and his dad, who played for the Knicks the last time the team made the NBA Finals, coached him on the court. This is now facing the San Antonio Spurs for the championship title. Here's everything to know about Jalen Brunson's parents, Sandra and Rick Brunson. Rick is a former NBA player and trained Jalen as a kid. Rick played in the NBA for nearly a decade, a career that spanned several teams, including the Knicks in 1998. He finished his 9th and final season with the Houston Rockets in 2006. Due to his time in the NBA, Rick's knowledge and experiences helped him shape his son into the athlete that he is today. Brunson told CBS Mornings in April 2024 that his dad would ask him if basketball was what he wanted to do for a living as early as the 7th grade. The answer was always yes, Brunson said, no matter what mood I was in. Rick is currently an assistant coach for the Knicks, where he works alongside his son Brunson prior to being hired by the team in June 2022. He coached various teams in the NBA from January, April to From January to April 2007, Rick was an assistant coach with the Denver Nuggets before shifting his coaching focus to the NCAA in September 2010. He returned to the NBA as an assistant coach for the Chicago Bulls. He also spent time assistant coaching the Minnesota Timberwolves. Sandra was a student athlete at Temple University and played for the school's volleyball team. Brunson had inherited his parents' athletic genes and voiced his appreciation for them in May 2020 interview with WFAA. Thank you for my athletic ability because without you I wouldn't be able to jump as high as I do, the basketball star told his mom. Obviously, my dad handled the basketball portion of it, handled it like a working out portion, Brunson added of Rick. But my mom handled legit everything else. He explained she was the general. He held me accountable for everything I did. She held me accountable for everything I did. If I was putting my mind to something, I couldn't quit until it was done. She basically gave me that no quit mentality. Rick taught Brunson discipline through sports. Rick was sure to train Brunson physically, but also mentally as he strived to play in the NBA. I would say to Rick, I'm afraid he's not going to like basketball soon, Sargent told CBS Mornings. And it wasn't so much Rick pushing him, it was more so Rick trying to embed the discipline that it takes. Meanwhile, Rick said he never felt that he pushed his son too hard. I would always talk to him about how bad did he want this? How good do you want it to be? His answer, he wanted to be great, the NBA coach recalled. Brunson pointed out a few training methods he endured growing up. He made me work out in the hot summer sun with a weight vest on. He said of his dad's workouts, his motto was, if you could shoot here, you could shoot anywhere. It was more mental than anything. Brunson may be a star pro athlete, but he makes time to give back to those in need. Sandra, the Knicks player, co-founded the Second Round Foundation, a non-profit that plants seeds to create equity for young people through education, sports, and community. The foundation's mission is to empower young people to determine their own success, regardless of background or circumstance, according to its website. Since its inception, the nonprofit has launched various campaigns, including a One Family program, and it has Jalen Brunson Patriot Wellness Initiative. Sandra doubles as the Second Round Foundation CFO. She is also the president of the Brunson founded JMB1 Enterprises. Rick knows how to separate coach and dad duties. Brunson understands how to differentiate Rick's roles of dad and coach. In an interview posted by the NBA in June 2023, the Knicks player revealed the most important thing he learned about his father. He's the most loving, caring father that I could ever ask for. And for me and my sister. But when he's a coach, he's a hard-nosed coach. He wants the best. He wants me to put out the best. He's going to push me, Brunson explained. He's going to keep us pushing because he knows I want to be the best that I could be. The athlete added, that's the most important thing. Once I learned that, life became a lot easier and I began working even harder. Sandra and Brunson have a close mother-son relationship. The basketball player opened up about the special bond by speaking to WFAA in May 2020. He's like my best friend. She's my best friend, 100%, Brunson told WFAA of Sandra. Meanwhile, Sandra described her bond with Brunson as unbreakable and a blessing. Brunson also thanked Sandra for everything she's done for him to this day. Thank you for sacrificing pretty much everything for myself and my sister, he said. I really do thank you for loving me every single day and being there every single day and allowing me to annoy you every day that I can. He continued, I truly love you with all my heart. That's crazy. That's a great story, but so we just got to know a little bit who Jalen Brunson parents are, because I don't think that I didn't even know his mother until I seen her at a game. I didn't know who she was. I knew the father, but I never saw the mother. And they raised a great man, and I'm so proud to say that he's a New York Knick, and I just pray that he finishes his career with us because he's a great person. He's even a better person than a basketball player, and I'm so proud that he came. And I loved him since college. I was a Big East fan my whole life, and I rode with Villanova because they would always be the last team standing, it looked like. So I got a real closeness with that team, and I really appreciated that. So I knew when the Knicks got him, and then they started bringing Villanova players, I said, man, we might have something. They got something there. They got the right chemistry at least, because all he ever did was win, because I followed him since college. I didn't know he won in high school until I started following deeper and doing more homework. But I just, man, that's a hell of a story, man. And I thank God, or thank my high power for letting him land on the New York Knicks doorstep. Nobody else believed in him. He was too small, too short. And the scouting report for the Dallas Mavericks, when they were scouting him to draft him, said he was chubby. That's something. He was chubby in the scouting report. Too slow, couldn't jump, and he was chubby. Thank you, Chubby. But anyway, before I leave, I would like to say the words I normally say. But before I do that, I would like to say free Poppy, free C. Just, Sadiq, Supreme, and Naheem. I would like to also say there's something going on in Cuba where they don't have no lights. Their whole grid went down, and that's scary because I be thinking that's going to happen here. So I'll be telling my wife, let's go get us a system to back us up, because when the electricity go out, everything is gone. You need to have refrigerator, stove, and all that. So I don't know. I'm trying to get that happen. But anyway, I would like to say before I go, may each of you want, but never want as long as you live. May each of you live to be 100, and me 100 minus a day. So I'll never know when great people like yourselves will pass away. May you live as long as you want, but never want as long as you live. Remember, if your device is not on the next play, 6-7, your device is not really on. Thank you again. Peace, love, and prosperity to the world. I'm out.